Hey guys, it's Mia,
it's Shay,
and welcome back to What Does She Say? We have been doing this for 6 consecutive weeks,
And
right?
yeah, and I still was about to say, it's Mia. It's not
If
Mia.
if you want to be me, just say that. So, you guys, we hope that the audio sounds better. We were playing around with it before we started filming.
I'm just trying to turn it down with my headphones.
Oh, as long as it doesn't turn it down on there, I don't care. We literally have been trying to mess around with it like left and right because the audio sounded really good when we first started using the mics, and then ever since then it sounded like we were like 10 feet away.
Yeah.
So we really needed to figure it out. We think we have. That's why we're holding the mic now.
Yes.
Because we don't really have a swivel, like, I want one that's like a C arm that like can like go like this.
I don't know. I never seen that online. Like I've never.
I mean, I don't know if it's a thing. I'm just saying.
Because I've only seen it like this, but also like people that have like the boom stick, whatever you want to call it for the mic, they're sitting at like a table or like it's like a chair. So a chair is like only one person, so it could like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just like, I think the fact that it would only come like straight out or in, like, didn't help me when I'm trying to like face you and talk.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's because we're on a couch, guys.
Yeah.
That like, if since you wanted to face me, it would be the same would be on this side instead of your far left.
Right.
So I've seen like when like you're talking like this, they'll have like other podcasts. They'll have like a table, maybe even in the middle,
Yeah.
between them, and it would be like that, so it could be full on because they're
Yeah. So this is what we've come up with, and we hope it works.
This is
because
our solution.
We've been dealing with all the technicalities, but other than that,
I also do want to apologize for last week's episode. That was our first time having a guest with our new mics, and even the new mic situation is still not all the way there yet. So I'm trying to get everything together audio wise, and this is for somebody that did not go to school for this. I've never been trained in how to deal with audio. Like, this is all just me knowing how to work technology.
That's how I feel. Like, editing the 2 audio clips with the 2 video clips, I am struggling. I literally like am sitting there like eyes glued to the screen, like I can't miss a beat, and it's still going to look choppy. It still will because I'm not a professional.
Yeah, and honestly, like right now, until we are able to grow, we will eventually have someone that edits our podcast. Hopefully,
somebody's got to do it because I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I am literally like, it's every week I'm like at my wit's end with this. I'm like, dude, if I have to deal with uploading this long clip to YouTube for another week, I might actually go insane.
Dang.
Like, it is so stressful for no reason, and this is supposed to be fun. Like, we're not getting paid for this.
Yeah.
And it's stressing me out.
This is like the hard part because you're having to do double the work right now rather than just come to work. Not even work, but like,
no, for real, be in front of the screen and talk.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and until then, this is what it's going to be. So I'm glad that you guys are listening to us talk every week. The support is very helpful, and I just am excited to grow.
Yeah. Like, I'm like stressed out, but once I see people like enjoying the content, I'm like, okay, I'll do it again.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I hardly even remember the stress. It was gone. No,
You said what stress?
Yeah. But so if you see me yawning, it's because I'm extremely tired. As you guys know, I have a puppy, so I get up at like anywhere between like 7 and 8 a.m. now.
I was like, yeah, how is that schedule now, waking up early?
It's better. Like, when I first got him, you don't really want to leave him in the crate for more than 8 hours, and obviously he's a puppy, so he can't really hold his pee for that long anyway. But I didn't want to wake up in the middle of the morning and take him out because I didn't want him to get used to me waking up at 2:30 just to take him out. So, look, girl, I'm trying. I've never raised a puppy before, so I'm definitely doing some things wrong. But
yeah, of course. But you learn as you go.
It's on the trend.
Yeah, you learn as you go.
It's going up, but...
And y'all, she sent me a video of her for her puppy demands. I said, okay, purr. Because you said middle. You said, come. When I tell y'all, I was like, not this puppy trained after what, a month?
Yeah, it had been like a month at that point, yeah.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah. I'm very serious about the training. But yeah, like now it's like I get up anywhere between like 7 and 8. He eats like pretty much as soon as he gets up. Mm-hmm. But like I take him out and then I'll bring him inside. We'll do some training. He'll eat. He'll relax for a little bit because I also don't want him like running around right after he eats because I don't want him to throw up or like get sick or something. So I let him like relax for a little bit, digest, and then he'll play and stuff like that.
Just a bougie though. You'll say you guys sit down after you eat your lunch, and then you can go play. Like, you know how like they used to tell us as kids, like, oh, you can't go back in the pool after you gotta wait a couple minutes. Mm-hmm. That whole thing is we're being a little dramatic here. Well, you can go swim. That's like saying, oh, I just ate, so I'm not gonna run. Like, you can still do it. It just might not feel good, but yeah, I can still do it.
But I also like he already has gotten sick from like running around after he drank a lot of water or something. So I was like, look, you're just gonna sit down.
Yep. Just said I learned
relax a little bit.
Learn my lesson.
And then you can come and play. But it's been fine. You know, he's on the trend, he's on the up. So I'm tired though. And so yeah, like I get up early and I was editing the podcast and then I went out for coffee with my sister. And then I immediately went to dance rehearsals, which was 2 hours long. I thought it was only going to be an hour. I was poorly mistaken. And came straight here.
We started kind of late. We started at like 3:30.
I guess so. But it didn't end until 5.
Well, we were just sitting there talking. It actually did end at like around 4:40 because I texted him and I was like, we're only going to do one more time.
Okay.
I guess it's technically still 5. Round it up. Give it a shove.
Yeah, but, well, I got there at 3. I left at 5. Whether we were rehearsing in between that, I feel like it don't matter at that point because I was.
You said I was still there.
I was there for 2 hours, and then I came straight here. So I'm tired, and I have to go to the store and get groceries after this because I'm an adult.
And you be talking about me every time we be leaving work. I be like, dang, I have to go get groceries.
Don't compare me to you because you go every day. I go once a week. No, Thank you.
Here's my thing. When I say I have to go to the grocery store, do you think all those days I go? No.
Well,
I might say I have to go to the grocery store and then neglect it, and I don't.
Well, see, I don't know that you don't. You just tell me every day, yeah, I'm going to the grocery store. Like, I don't know that you're not going. I think you're going.
Yeah, I'm not. Not even gonna lie to you.
Okay, well, then that makes more sense. I was like, you go every day for dinner. I'm like...
I say I do, and then I don't.
That's fine. It's fine. I have been meal prepping for like the past like month, so I'm trying to keep the habit, like keep going. I don't want to though. I want to go to sleep. I'm so tired.
Grandpa, when I'm bad. That's how it goes, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, I didn't ask you how you were doing. Sorry.
Okay.
How you doing?
Did I ask you how you were doing?
You didn't really ask me, but you asked me how it was going with my puppy. So.
Oh. I'm doing pretty good.
How's it going with no puppy?
Amazing.
Yeah, I betted it.
I don't gotta wake up. I'm actually like kind of glad I don't have a puppy. But anyways,
yeah, you plan to, right?
When I
are you just gonna get a dog? Are you gonna get a puppy, or are you gonna get like a dog already, like a full grown?
I don't know because I don't have time for that training. But also,
you still have to train them when they're a dog.
Yeah, but they need to come trained already. I'm like, who's selling dogs and that come trained already?
That's funny.
But no, I'm out of school right now for taking like a 3-week break. So it has been the best week of my life. The best week. Like these breaks ain't no joke. Like you don't get time to just relax. Like it's just the comes in a second like that. Like my classes start again at the end, in the beginning of the month. Like, you know?
Yeah.
I'm trying to enjoy it. It seems like when I did have the time to settle down finally, like obviously dance is at its peak right now.
Yeah.
We have recital coming up, guys. Trying to get everything done for that. But I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I'm like already ready for next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like everything's been good with me. I'm excited. I'm happy. Living life like Larry.
Bye. Yeah. Well, that's good though. That's good. I know having a break from school is like, there's nothing better in life.
When I tell you, I slammed my laptop shut, slammed it down. Not too much because I didn't want to crack the screen.
No.
Because I was like, if I break my laptop,
not going back.
I said, I'm gonna have to drop out.
But I can't come back.
But no, after I looked at, so you can look at your like academic plan and see like how long you have left. When I tell you, seeing that I have 3/4 left, including this one I'm about to go into now.
Yeah.
That's like an eye opener. Like imagine like, when you're like in like, I know like in high school you have like 4 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
So 3/4, like you're 3/4 way and then you're done.
Mm-hmm.
I am so happy.
Right, like it makes it worth it because you're like, all right, the end is near.
Exactly. But also I'm not graduating in 3/4, but actually wait. Am I graduating in 3/4? No, I'm not. I have 4/4 left to graduate. 4/4 left.
Oh.
Or 5. But only because those 2/4 are is like an internship, I don't really count it as me having schoolwork.
Yeah.
Because I don't have papers to write.
Yeah.
I'm just there. I'm just working.
Yeah.
Because I work all the way
Which
up.
is fine. I would rather do that anyway.
No, literally. I mean, even though I'm kind of working for free.
I'd still rather work for free than write a damn paper. You can work me left and right and up and down. If I don't have to write nothing on the computer,
no, facts.
Sign me up.
Facts. I don't want to look at another research paper. I mean, I will eventually because I'm going back to go get my doctorate. Right. I do need to be a doctor. I didn't become a lawyer, so the only option is a doctor.
Hey, yo.
So I got to pick one.
One or the other. Some way.
Like, but yes. So, yeah, I have my internship in January, and then I graduate in September. So not even a full year of next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Like 2026?
Yes, 2026 of January. And all the way up to September 2026 is when I'll graduate.
Okay. Well, that's cute.
Yeah, it's not far. It's not far. But that's also if I get That's if I get my hours. Then I graduate in September. If I don't get my hours, I will not be graduating in September.
Yeah. Well, hey.
But I'm hoping for, because I don't got time. They talking about something.
You've been going steady, so I don't see you not doing it by September. But if you don't, then it was just meant to be.
Literally.
But that's great. So today we have our advice episode. I always love these episodes the most because I feel like they're the most interactive, and I actually get to interact with people that view our content.
And we also said that we want you guys to like be a part of the conversation anyway.
Yeah.
So like this is
like the number one way you can be a part of the conversation.
Until we start taking phone calls. I really want to take phone calls where we do like stories, like advice, like, oh my gosh, this happened to me.
Like on the Vile Files.
I didn't watch that podcast.
Okay, well, Nick Vile, he used to be on The Bachelor.
I don't know, but I do know of the Vile Files podcast.
Yeah, but like he'll do like call-ins.
Yeah, I like that.
And like they all kind of like, I don't know if he does like voice messages or something, or if they like call in, but I'm pretty sure they call. So
yeah, you can leave a voicemail, and I think you can save that voicemail.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to do that.
Oh my gosh, that would be so cute though. Like if we got one of those little dial phones or whatever, and they left like I don't think you can do that on a dial phone. Showing my age, but I like if they were able to like leave their message and we had like a designated phone
to like pick up, listen to the voicemail like right away. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
I wonder. Well, I don't know if we would be able to do that. I don't think there's a way, but like because it would have to play through, whatever. But yeah. Anyway, so we have our advice episode. We're gonna talk about your guys's situations that you need advice on. I have seen them. She has not. So her reaction is going to be raw. Mine is going to be
staged.
Staged is crazy. I was just going to say mine is going to be less shocked.
I'm kidding. It says she was practicing what she was going to say on her way up here.
No, actually not. I forgot what they were. I looked at them the first day and I was like, okay, cool, cute. And then I forgot. So here we are.
It'd be like that.
But I just refreshed myself. I'm looking at it now.
All right, and if you didn't leave one this time, you definitely can leave one next time. Don't forget to follow our Instagram on What Did She Say podcast on Instagram.
Yep. Because we will be doing another one of these very soon. Maybe. It might be one like every month or every 2 months.
Like once a month.
Once a month. Yeah. So look out for the story once a month. Once a month, be on time. Okay, so the first, and I'm not gonna do names because I didn't really like.
Yeah, no, I don't think you should do names.
Yeah, I don't want to like.
It's gotta be anonymous. That's interesting.
That's a new word.
Anonymous.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna do names, but I mean, if you want your name to be featured, like this is sent from XYZ, then just put it in the thing, or like you can always like reply to the story too. So the first one is, how do I tell my friend her boyfriend is cheating on her, and it happened a while ago? So do I even tell her?
I like this one. I'm sorry that I
like this.
I'm sorry that this guy is cheating on your friend. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So how does she know the guy?
So her friend, I don't know. It doesn't say all that. It just says, how do I tell my friend that her boyfriend is cheating on her?
Okay.
But it happened a while ago, so she's wondering if she should even tell him.
Yeah, bring it up.
Or tell her friend.
So should I go first?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
That's fine.
So most importantly, we need to figure out how long it's been because, like, also we would need to figure out, how do you know? You know what I'm saying? Funny. Like, how do you know? Like, what is your receipts? What is your proof? Because when you're, like, I know that, like, being on the outside and it's easier to be like, hey, like, you should do this and you should do this and you should stop doing this. It's easy for that because your feelings are not involved with the other person. But if it happened to you and someone came up to you and was like, hey, your boyfriend's cheating on you. Okay, where are you? This is a wild accusation. You have to come correct. There's no he said, she said stuff because even if like there's a little bit of a lapse of you don't know what you're talking about, that leaves mistrust for the other person to actually trust what you're saying, and then it could really mess up your friendship if that person really cares. Because some people just don't care. Like, oh, you were wrong, whatever, it doesn't matter. But like some people might look at it like, why were you so quick to tell me so you didn't have all the information? Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, but also like I feel like it honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it depends. Like it depends what it was because my thing is, okay, it just depends like the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like if I knew that my friend's boyfriend was cheating, but like I only knew because someone told me, that's not enough. That's not enough like evidence. Like I can't say, oh, someone told me that they were doing it. I did not see it for myself. Yeah. I can't sit here and say, oh, they did that. I'm like, because then what are you gonna do? Ask, hey, were you cheating on me? Like, what are you,
I think I'm trying not to get caught up in like the semantics of it all because every particular situation can make it different response. But I would say first and foremost, like you have to make sure that your friend is willing to hear it. Like, let's just say you know this for a fact. You found out like first person information. Yeah. And like you know it for a fact, you know what I mean? I would just make sure that your friend is going to be receptive to it.
Yeah, because they got some friends where you try to tell your friend that your boyfriend is cheating and they 10 toes behind him, man, and like he's not. I've been seeing on these shows I be watching. Watch this thing called Jeeters or whatever. It's like on YouTube. Okay. And this girl was like, he's not the one, girl. He's not the one. She's like, you're just jealous. She's like, your man is cheating on you and you're not listening to me. She's like, you're just a hater. You're a hater. And she was just like calling her names and stuff, and they stopped being friends. Yeah. This time they caught her boyfriend cheating. Yep. Like, you're dumb. You just lost a friend because you wanted to be dumb.
I just, like, because I know personally, I would want my friend to tell me.
Yeah, but also it should have been told when it happened. Like, you shouldn't, like, it's the waiting period for me.
Then again, we don't know, like, if they found out about it recently and it happened a while ago.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that makes sense then.
If you found out about it recently, but it happened a while ago, but it's, like, definitely true.
I would definitely sit down with my friend.
I would tell them in a soft way. Like, deliver the message softly. Like, that's not something that should be, you know.
Exactly. I mean, like, I think, like, I would be like, hey, I'll tell you something really important. I just want there to be an understanding on the floor. Like, I am not in any way trying to hurt you. Like, just make it clear, like, of what the expectations are of this conversation.
Yeah.
And, like, are you, like, because you know your friend. You know your friend better than anyone else. Like, and I know for a fact, like, if I were to come to you for a serious conversation and I'm like, I would know that you would be receptive to it. Absolutely, but I know that I would need to, like, let you know, like, I'm not doing this out of, like, any ill intention. Like, I want you to know this is from the goodness of my heart.
Yeah.
And then tell them what it is and be sensitive, you know, like, show empathy for them.
Yeah.
Because this is a sensitive topic.
I just think, number one, that situation is fucked. So sorry for everybody involved.
Yeah, because now I gotta be the deliverer of bad news. Like, cause
I know I have a moral compass. Now I have to tell you.
Because every time the person always gets mad at the messenger. Like, don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah.
Like,
unless the messenger is wrong, then kill that hoe.
Because where you get information from? Where is the information coming from?
I just think, like, if it were me, I would want to be told, and if it were my friend, I would tell them. Because but also, if this is a situation where it happened a while ago and you just found out, but they've been perfectly fine ever since, and, you know, there's been no instances, and depending on the degree of the cheating, I would say it might be best to drop it, because number one, if that's the kind of person that they are with, I'm a big believer in the truth will always come to light.
Right.
So if that's who they are, eventually it will come to light. If it was like a minor offense. Now, personally, I don't know. It kind of sucks because, like, I really don't know what I would do. If it happened a while ago and it was a minor offense. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. If it was a minor offense and it happened a while ago and they've been perfectly fine ever since, I don't know if I would say anything. Because it's like, if they've shown the growth and you guys are doing perfectly fine, what am I to dig up something in your past that doesn't matter anymore?
But also, it might matter to them, though.
It might.
What I was going to say was, like, if it was me personally and, like, quote unquote, my boyfriend was cheating on me, and it was like a minor offense to someone else, even though we're doing good right now, but, like, we might not have been doing good because if I would have known that information, things could have been differently.
Yeah, but, like, that's what I said. Like, it's kind of, that's why I said first and foremost, are they going to be receptive to it?
Yeah.
Because if they're the kind of person that doesn't really care about, like, let bygones be bygones kind of thing, then, I mean, you really have, in a situation like this, you have to be selfless.
Yeah.
Like, whatever is best for those people is best for those people when you're bringing outside information. You know what I mean? Plus, there could be a good chance she already know.
Like, because she could already have, like,
she could already know.
She could already have the feeling of it, and then this is just validation.
Yeah, she could already, or I'm saying, like, she could already know. Like, what if they already told her, and she just never said anything because she just let it go? You know what I mean? So, I mean, I would just say, to sum it up, use your own discretion, but be selfless in the way that you handle it. If you feel like they're the kind of person that would want to know no matter what stage they're in with their significant other, let her know. But if you can tell that they're doing great and she may be the kind of person where this information isn't going to affect anything, it might just be better to drop it.
I'm sorry. Now, as a friend, I'm not dropping it. I'm telling you.
Personally, I would like to say that I wouldn't, but honestly, like, I would also like to believe that I would be selfless. Like, if they were really doing so good and that person just it's not who that person is to cheat. You know what I mean? It was just like a really small offense, and it happened one time, and it was maybe years ago. Like,
but I think they deserve to know. I think they deserve to take that under their own judgment, and it's not. I mean, my
that's
call
true. That's
to
true.
say, because they might like it might like our of what you will take is different than what your friend would take. You know, in a relationship.
That's true.
So it's like it's you're saying hard. This right now, like so we're like, because girl, if you not saying that because that's not gonna happen anyway, but. If I was in a relationship and my boyfriend was cheating on me a long time ago, like
I would tell you, but that's because I know you and I know what you would want. Okay. I'm saying there are people out there
that don't want to
know. Who wouldn't want to know. So it's like, who am I to bring this to the table when you're not going to care about it anyway?
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm just ruining your day. Right. So you know what I mean? So
but
I don't know.
If you truly don't care and let it bother you, then you truly do care. So, but that's thinking.
Now she's upset.
Literally, it's ridiculous. You can't get mad at. Never mind. Next question.
All right. So take with what we said, what you will. That's all we got. That's a hard situation. So the next one we can do. This one's kind of a cute one, but not to like invalidate your experience, but so this person asked for advice on what to do if her boyfriend only wants a cat if they get a dog as well, and she does not like dogs, but she likes cats.
Oh.
For this one, I'd say it's kind of easy for me. Either don't get any animals or get a dog. So maybe I'm biased because I have a dog, but I'm saying if they're already willing to compromise in a way, like they don't like dogs, or they don't like cats, but they're willing to get a cat if they also get a dog.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a fair compromise.
That is a fair compromise, but also it's two animals to take care of, which a cat is a lot easier to take care of than a dog.
A cat's very independent, so it's really just one. I don't like cats.
But but the other person doesn't like dogs.
So, girlfriend likes cats, doesn't want a dog. Boyfriend likes dogs, doesn't want a cat.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm saying it's a fair compromise in my opinion. Get both.
Yeah, it's either get both or don't get none.
That's
because it's not gonna hurt not having a pet.
No, but if you really want a cat, and they don't, and you're willing to like compromise, I feel like that's a fair compromise.
Yeah, I think the other person just has to be, if the person, because the girlfriend said she was willing to get both.
The boyfriend.
Is
he would get a cat, even though he doesn't like cats.
If they got a dog.
Yes, but she doesn't like dogs, but she wants a cat.
Okay, so
she was trying to figure out what she should do, and I just say compromise.
Yeah, you would have to be the person to compromise because the other person is already willing.
They're already compromising, yeah.
And so if you really strongly in your mind like don't want a certain type of animal, I forget which one it is. It's confusing, cat or dog. Put those. I would say put bullet points down of why you don't want it. You know what I mean? So that you can see it on paper and be like, okay, what is the other person can do? Because they say they don't want a dog because first of all, dogs are messy. What can you do about that to help the messiness? You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna have something in someone else's space that they don't like, that's not gonna go away.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you have your cat now or whatever, it's still there. So it's like figure out what
be detailed about what duties you're gonna take up.
Exactly. Yeah. Because the other person can kind of like put that down. Like dogs like when they like drinks, there's like it's all wet and they leave a whole floor of wetness. Can you do something about that? Can you put like their dog bowl on top of like a towel or whatever? And then, like, put it maybe in a certain spot that you're not walking around so that there's not wetness and you're not walking around. Because I'd be mad if I was walking and I stepped in freaking water with my sock because my dog was walking around after he drunk. Like, that'd be annoying. Kudos to why I don't want a big dog.
Yeah.
But just stuff like that, you know what I mean? And cats, like, the other person said they're willing to have cats anyway. Cats are independent. I would want a cat as long as they just in the cage or on my way while I'm sleeping. I'm good.
The cage is crazy.
I'm
sorry. They're nocturnal.
I know, but I can't have no cats jumping on me at night.
You don't have to let them in your room, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would be mad. Like they need to like write. You basically have to like write a list down of what you don't like and see if that the person is willing to like make that like load less. You know,
I agree.
So that you don't have those problems of the things that you don't want.
Yeah.
And if that person can't get a dog.
Yeah.
We just gotta think of it like, you know.
I just feel like that one's, in my opinion, pretty simple. Compromise or don't.
Yeah. It's hard when you actually, you know, you love animals. I get that.
Yeah, but like, I feel like I couldn't have thought of like a fairer compromise. You know, like they already offered the compromise. You just have to take it or don't. So,
yeah,
I feel like it's pretty fair. Like if you want a cat that badly, you'll get a dog.
Right.
If you just hate dogs so much you don't want one, don't get a cat.
Right.
I mean, okay, so that was that one. The next one is my friend and another friend are beefing. They want me to choose a side.
That don't make no sense. And, you know, it gives, like, no shade. It gives emotionally, like, not mature. Because, like, you wouldn't give your friend an ultimatum, like, pick her or pick me. Because there's 3 sides to every story. Okay?
Yeah.
One side to one person, another side to another person, and then the third is the truth.
Yeah.
So I think that if it was me, my friend was giving me an ultimatum, how about neither of you? Because you're not going to sit here
why would you do that to
and
me?
put me in a position to choose between both of y'all.
Yeah.
Like, it depends on the situation. If y'all are wrong, y'all are wrong.
Yeah.
Or if one's right, you're right and you're wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. Like, we're friends, right? I can tell you when you're wrong.
Yeah. I think, obviously, because that's very, like, general, so I guess it depends on what they're beefing about, but,
if it's, like, life-threatening, I mean.
Right, like, if it's, like, something really serious, I guess, like, if it's, like, character straining, you know what I mean? Like, they did something so unfathomable, like, that you just, why would you continue to be their friend as well?
But also,
I guess,
that's not, but here's my thing. If I did something so badly, I'm not going to be like, oh, you got to choose between me and someone else. It's going to be you making that decision on your own, not me telling you to make that decision.
Yeah. But if it's just one of those things, like, they're beefing about their own business and they want you to, like, be in between it.
Yeah, don't.
Honestly, point blank, I just tell them, like, no.
Not in the middle of it. Y'all got to figure it out.
Sorry. A part of life. I mean, I hope y'all get through it, but...
Yeah, because I don't have nothing to do with me.
Yeah. And honestly, like, if they expect you to, like, I wouldn't even pay it no mind. Like, I would just be like... Because that is unfair. Like, you can't expect me to sit here and, like, choose a side between, like, my friends. Like, that's your business. You deal with it.
Literally.
I'm going to stay over here. Hope y'all make it out on the other side. If you don't, well, that's just too bad.
Yeah, that's just silly to me.
Yeah. It's pretty silly.
It's like middle school.
Yeah. But, that's that one. Honestly. Pretty simple. I feel like we're knocking these out.
Yes, we are.
Handing out advice left and right. Okay. Let's move on. So, this one is advice on burnout.
Okay. This actually was one of my discussion questions for school. How do you...
You're on a break. Take the break.
Yeah, my life does not disassociate from school.
Literally, it's the same. It's the same. Almost like a parasite relationship.
So they just keep sucking and sucking.
They just take from you. You don't give nothing to them.
But no, burnout. Burnout can happen very easily and unexpected, and that's why there are...
That's what I was gonna say, unexpectedly.
This is why you have to take self-care very seriously, mental health very seriously, and know those the precursors. Yeah, the precursors, but also like take precaution, like preventative strategies is what I'm talking about. Everything can be... A lot of situations can be prevented. Like, say the cause is, the effect is burning your hand. What prevents it don't put your hand in anything hot.
Mm-hmm.
Then you avoid getting burnt.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, knowing you're going to get burnt out, say if you're working 7 days a week, okay, how about, and say if you can't stop working 7 days a week, you know what I'm saying? Think about the other stuff that you can manage. Okay, what am I doing within those 7 days a week? Like, what am I doing after work? What am I doing before work? How late am I staying up for before I go to bed? Like, the bedtime might need to change. You might need to go to sleep earlier. You know what I mean? And, like, for me personally, like, for burnout, like, I do a lot of stuff. Okay, I do work, dance, school. This is not even just regular school. Like, this is grad school. So it's like a next level that's being expected of you, as well as trying to be a girlfriend, as well as trying to be a regular adult and just take care of my business. I got laundry to do. I got to, So in order for me to, like, not create burnout for myself, because I feel like I haven't got burnt out in a while, really.
Good for you. No, seriously.
Yeah. So I go to sleep early when I can. Like, my bedtime, I don't know if you remember, like, when I had a bedtime at like 9 o'clock, like, I would go, like, during like college, undergrad, I would go to sleep at like 9 o'clock because I knew I had a long day. And after 9 o'clock, my phone goes do not disturb. I don't answer anybody. I just go to sleep no matter what. So doing that and then wake up at a certain time, obviously for work. And then just knowing that, like, okay, I need to give myself breaks. So, like, when I get off of work for this day, I'm going to take a nap, and then I'm going to watch TV. And then this day, I'm going to actually do my schoolwork this day. Like, just pacing yourself and, like, mapping everything out to where you want so that your time management can be well done. And also, like, because sometimes I'm like, I was supposed to do work today, but I had a long day. Like, I need to just relax. Like, I will do that. Yes, now that means I have to work 2 times harder for that work, but that's what I had planned in my head that I was going to have to do. Like, you know what I mean? My mental health comes first. Okay, if I got to lose a couple of points on an assignment, it is what it is. Because if my mental health is not there, I can't do good on that assignment anyway. That's how I think of it.
Yeah. So I will say, like, I literally just recently was dealing with burnout.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I'm saying, like, I remember. And I was like, girl, you need a vacation. Go on vacation.
I don't know. It was just a lot of things came into my life at the same time. And they were all time consuming. So, like, I picked up more hours at work. I worked, well, it's just like 40 hours, which is like a normal 40, but, like, our job specifically is very easily
yeah, you get burnt out very easily because you're constantly, like, it's physical as well as, like, I would say mentally straining as
and
well.
Like, emotional, because, like, I have to be, like, up.
Yeah, you always have to be, like, very happy.
Because we work with children, so, like, I have to be very reinforcing.
You're not allowed to really have a sad day.
But so, I mean, like, I picked up more hours at work, working with more children. I got a puppy. We started doing the podcast, like, consistently. And
yeah.
As you know, I edit the, like, video and stuff. And on top of that, I'm trying to consistently give enough time to all of my relationships, which I still am struggling with. But, it was getting to a point where I was falling short in, like, every category.
Yeah.
Because I was so burnt out. I'm trying to do so much. Did I get a break? No.
No.
But
well, you actually did. Okay, so this is what I'm also gonna say. If you do not give yourself time to rest, your body will make you. And sure enough, when you were feeling like that,
you're
sick,
right. You're right.
And you couldn't go to work because you were sick.
Yeah.
Like, your body will literally, like,
that's true.
You need to stop. Like, and your body will literally make you.
And also, the sun started coming out, so I started feeling better.
This warm weather got me feeling nice after work.
But
who want to hang out?
No, literally. So, I mean, yeah. But so I will say, though, but, like, as I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, like, that's why I meal prep, because if I had to cook myself dinner every single day, I would have to commit myself into an insane asylum, because I wouldn't make it. Like, and I'm being so serious. I'm not even trying to make, like, light of that situation. Like, I don't know what I would do. Like, that would be, like, the icing on the cake at the end of my day.
Reason.
That's crazy. But, like, the icing on my cake.
I should say that.
But, like, that's, like, the icing on the cake after a long day. Freaking puppies running a mess, having accidents, go to work, all these kids are like screaming and they're like, you need to be highly energetic. And I deal with that from 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. And then I get home and I have to deal with the podcast, or I have to deal with, life stuff. And then sometimes I didn't even mention, I have dance.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have dance. And then I have to cook myself dinner.
And honestly, this is why.
I would just starve.
This is exactly why.
So.
I was going to say something.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, like, it's a nod to what you said about having preventative strategies.
Exactly.
Because, like, the meal prepping is so I don't have to add another thing to my plate on that day.
Exactly.
And, like, I always try to make Sunday. Recently, it's been hard because my Sundays have been very busy. But recently, I try to make Sundays, like, the day I do my laundry, the day I clean my room, the day I charge all my devices for work, the day I make sure, like, all my work is, like, finished before the week if it wasn't already. Like, making sure I do the meal prepping, like, prepare for my week so that during the week I have to spend little time on those things.
Yeah, like I was going to say, like, a good thing to also prevent burnout is I have, like, a calendar. And once a month I take it and I decorate it, make it look nice because that's fun for me. And then think of everything that I have to do for the whole entire month. And then I look at it from a weekly basis, okay? So I'm like, okay, this week I have a lot. I see I have a lot going on right here. What can I do to lessen that load? You know what I mean? Like, if I know, like, okay, my laundry's getting stacked up, I have different obligations that I have to do. What can I do to get the rest that I want to get, or the leisure that I want? Because I'm not going to get it this day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's also another thing, but I think that's why it's also important that when you are in a partnership, marriage, or relationship, that you truly understand how to prevent those burnouts, because even especially, like, if your other partner is like, well, they should be willing to help, but if they are like, they don't have this going on.
I'm sorry, every time you say something I just glance at Brandon. It's so funny.
You can have this going on this day, but they have this day free, so maybe they can do something to help you
that
for
day.
Sure. You know what I mean? And vice versa. So I think that also helps. But when you're not by yourself, you're not depressed.
That's why we made that 20-something era, because it's hard out here.
Like,
hard. Oh. And, like, that's why I am, like, I do have to shout out my boyfriend. Like, I am grateful because he does, like, really try to, like, if I need help with something, I can ask him and he's going to do it.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, thank God.
No, I tell him all the time. I'm like, look, if I can't, like, because I just have all the love languages, like, 25% for each one for me.
There's more than 4, but
the love languages: physical touch, words of affirmation, gifts, acts of service, and quality time.
Yeah, and 25 times 5 is what? 125.
Okay, I didn't mean that.
That's what I was trying to say.
Okay, so it's just,
until I'm wrong, it's not 125, and they're like, pull out the calculator.
It's just split up.
Yeah, like evenly.
Yeah, evenly.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
dang, I felt that.
Like, that's kind of hard. But that's going off topic.
Yeah, we'll talk about that another time. We're actually about to, like, we're running low on time, so we're gonna do one more, and then that'll have to be it. There were more, but we will try to get these in the next one, or if you have, like, new situations, you can put them in there. But so the next one I'm gonna do, how to know when to stop talking to an ex.
Shoot, I could tell you. I cut off game
right now.
Sniper. You're done. Blocked.
Cut the
blocked.
No,
they hate to see me coming. Okay.
It's so. See,
it's really not hard. You just have to get.
Okay. Whoa. Okay,
it's not hard.
No. But I'm thinking in a sense of, like, there's no bad blood, and.
Okay, I still have an answer to that. I don't know. I have an answer for everything. If there's no bad blood, and like there's nothing like going on that's like why y'all would need to get cut off, then you need to ask yourself, what is the purpose of this relationship?
That's true.
How is this serving my life in any way? Obviously, it's an ex, so we didn't work out romantically. So in what way can they add to your life platonically? And if they can't, they don't need to be in your life. It's okay to like not talk to anyone again.
I think that's a good point. I guess I agree. It's just like I also like, well, not that I do, but like I can understand like having a good relationship with them still, and you still like vibe as friends.
But in that way, then that means you like you
But
still have that platonic relationship, which that's the they're adding the platonic relationship to your
but I'm
life.
trying to think like if you're asking yourself like when is the right time to stop talking to them, it's probably time to stop.
Yeah, because then you don't see any.
You're
function.
already talking about like
you don't see any function within talking to them.
Right. You're already like thinking about like when to know to stop.
Because I mean, you don't. If you're single, you don't have to stop talking to your ex.
No, you don't. But I'm like if you're single or not. I mean, if you're not single, you probably should have already stopped. But that's just me. But if you are single, but you're still thinking about like, I don't know, when do I like stop talking to this person? Like I can't just cut them off. They've been in my life for so long. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. Like if you're already thinking about it, you should probably just go ahead and do it.
And the way you should do it is honestly just be very upfront. Like, hey, I'm kind of mean. I'm not gonna lie. I personally would have said I don't see no purpose in our relationship anymore, and it doesn't benefit me or you to have to keep us going. So I think we should just cut it loose. That is mean, though. You cannot say that. I'm sorry, and this is why I'm on like a lot of people's block list. I'm on a lot of block. I mean, because I say it straight up.
Because I'm thinking more.
What are you gonna lie for?
No, you don't have to lie, but you don't have to be mean either. Like especially if it was a good relationship. But
here's my thing though. That's not mean to me. I'm literally telling you the truth. There is no purpose in talking anymore.
I would just say like,
there's no purpose. What else?
But that's how they feel. If the other person doesn't feel that way, it would come as like a shock.
Then they're just shocked.
I mean, that's fine, but I don't know. Like, I just feel like it could be more like, hey, like I've been thinking about it recently. Like, I don't necessarily have the capacity to be friends with you, but obviously we're not together anymore. I just think it would be better if we like went our separate ways and stopped communicating with each other.
At that point, you're lying because you do have the capacity. You just don't want to.
Is it a lie though if you don't have the capacity to be friends with them?
But you do. You just are choosing not to.
No, I'm saying like, no, because because if I'm sitting here thinking like I just can't like I can't be friends with this person. I don't have it in me to be their friend.
Okay, so you don't want to be friends.
That's what I'm saying. But I can't just say I
don't want to be friends.
Okay, but why would I say like I don't want to be friends anymore, so bye. Like I'm not gonna do that. I would rather just be like, hey, like I've been thinking about it, like I don't really have it in me to be like your friend. I just would rather us go our separate ways and
yeah,
and this whatever it is.
I just think that in that specific area, I have not grown yet. Obviously.
I mean, I would just okay. So the thing is, because I've been the person to just ghost somebody, and I've also been the person to be ghosted, and I've also been the person to do it the way that you just said.
But here's my thing, though. Even if someone said, which this has happened, like someone said, like, I don't want to talk to anyone. Cool.
Sure, that's how I'm going to take it. But that's not how I want to, like, relay the information, personally. I'd rather just be a little kinder about it. I'm not saying that you're being, like, explicitly mean, but, like...
It could have been said worse.
Okay, but it could be said better. So...
It could.
Let's all just, be a little nicer. You don't have to
It doesn't take much to be nice. You're right.
Like, be, and if it's a situation... What?
I said be kind. Be kind.
Yeah, be kind. Be kind. If it's a situation where, like, you honestly don't have it in you to be kind to them either, then honestly...
Because we've been there.
Yeah, if you don't have it in you to be kind because they've just done XYZ and it's just not at a good place,
let them have it.
I mean, I have nothing against ghosting, honestly, personally.
No, I think you should tell them exactly what you did.
No,
I'm not talking to you anymore because of this.
And
forget the ghosting.
No. We've talked about this before because she says you should just tell somebody what's wrong with them.
Literally.
I don't think you have to do that. I don't think.
No, because that person that got ghosted doesn't know what happened. Like, you leave them in. You know what that brings a person into? You can go to a deep spiral not knowing, like, why someone stopped talking to you.
I mean, I guess. Personally, I wouldn't care.
I think it's understandable to be curious to understand why, so that you can,
and they can ask, and you can tell them what they
if you're blocked.
Well, I'm not saying go and block somebody. I've never blocked anybody. I just ghost them. I just stop talking. If there's nothing to talk about, why would I even go as far to tell you, yeah, XYZ is wrong with you, and that's why I'm going to stop talking to you? I'm not going to give you a warning. If it's to that point.
But if everything was going good,
and if everything's going fine, yeah,
and then just it goes like, that's weird.
Sure.
That's when you should, because a lot of times, the other person thinks that. Like it's going I said,
good. This is if you just don't have it in you to be kind. You know what I mean? Sure, if you guys were like friends after like being together, you probably should give them a little bit of an explanation as to why you don't want to continue that.
Yeah.
But if it's been such a toxic like relationship, like I'm thinking like they abused you and all that stuff, you don't owe them shit. Yeah. Just stop talking to them.
I bust the windows out your car.
Like, that's how I feel. So, I mean, but we've talked about that before. But yeah, so that was the last advice we are going to comment on. Mm-hmm. I'm actually very surprised that we had as much to say as we did. I don't know why I thought it was just going to be like kind of like, oh.
No, it's always like a conversation like I thought. That's why I wanted to do this blindly, because I wanted y'all to have my raw reaction, because it just needs to come out. It just needs to come off the dome.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like I didn't really think about my answer. I just like saw the responses.
Yeah, of course. But you had to. We don't have someone running our social media account. No,
for real. Somebody had to do it. I mean, somebody had to look at it, or we wouldn't have had nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, that was fun. I feel like there were a lot of cool entries by you guys. So
yes, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, like I can't, like, it really does make me happy when you guys like interact with our like page, as you know.
Please do. So
cheesy as that sounds,
like even if you don't like I don't like type, please.
Like, it really does make me happy, or us happy, I should say. I just didn't want to speak for you, but because I'm like, wow, like this is, I don't know, it's cool. It's interactive. It's just like fun, you know. And then I just like, you're helping us make the content that you're gonna listen to.
Literally.
And
even I will say this, because like, you know, some people like will watch your stories but don't like actually watch it. They don't know like anything about your life. I've never told my nephew that I had a podcast. I've been posting about it a lot, and he's like, "Oh, how's your podcast?"
Aww.
How'd you know about podcast?
I know. There's a few people that will like ask me about it, like just in passing, and I'm like, going great. Thanks for asking.
So you could help by listening.
You could help by becoming an editor if you want. Unpaid?
Literally. I don't know. I don't know if I could trust someone just yet.
I know, right? Like I have like, I mean, not that I'm like trying to be a control freak, but I have like all the control in like how it sounds and like how it's like produced. And I think if I had an editor, I'd either have to really trust the work I've already seen them do, or I would have to like still have a hand in it still, because like I don't know. It's like I can hear something and be like, no, that can be better, and like make it, you know. And I don't know, but we're not there yet, so don't have to worry about that anytime soon. But yeah, so I mean, I just basically thank you guys for submitting your advice prompts, and it was really fun.
And don't forget, if you couldn't this time, you can also follow us on Instagram. What did she say? Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Or YouTube. You can go on YouTube and comment. You know.
That's true. You can reply to our story. You can email us. You can.
Yes, we have an email as well.
Yes, we have an email, and you have access to it.
It's in bio.
You can. Yes, you can access it at the link. Actually, I don't think it's linked. It's just like a part of our profile on Instagram. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. Thank you guys, and we will see you guys next time.
Yes. Peace.